Why do the bosses have to resist like 47 different things, though? Sir, let's have a nice, calm discussion about this. Ow. Get him, Woodrow, get him. Dude, this dude is Sephiroth and Cloud combined into one. Stop him. That was my bad, clicked the wrong button. I think you resist fire, but also I'm afraid of getting close to you when you have this range. You resist sword. Yeah, you do. God, it's just... It doesn't matter. I didn't like it in Tales of Xillia 2, which was a 3D game either. Just, like, restricting a character so heavily to just, like... Again, if he resisted fire, I'd be like, oh, that's unfortunate. Stan uses fire, but, you know, what do you expect? The guy resists fire. But having an enemy that's just like, yeah, he resists just, like, swords. Literally just swords entirely. He's like, nah, dog, don't vibe with him. It's so annoying of a game mechanic. To just be like, hey, we neutered this character for the entire fight. Just beyond belief. Especially when it's the main character, which is the most common. Like, when not everyone plays Tales of games like I do, where you just play as the main character 9 times out of 10. But that's how I play Tales of games. And I feel like, you know, the main character is the one you have in the party almost always, as compared to some other characters that will come and go a little bit. So, to have bosses that are just like, hey, they resist the main character's very existence is super lame. It's very, very annoying, and it just turns a specific boss fight. This is the second one like this. It just turns, like, a boss fight into, like, hey, do you want to be, like, mildly annoyed for the entirety of it? Very not cash money, basically. Yo, can you not? That is a cool move, though, that giant spin-up he does. At least this guy isn't at the level of resistance that Tiberius was, where you literally couldn't even stagger him, so trying to blast caliber was nearly impossible. He's also, like, way weaker, unless he's gonna get stronger halfway through the fight and start doing more damage. His range is crazy irritating. Get back. Stan does have arts to deal wind physical damage, so those can do well against Dalis. Cool, dude. Hey, we know that it's really annoying that the boss resists literally just like you swinging your sword with your basic attack. But hear me out, you have like 1 or 2 very specific arts out of like 15 that can hit him for neutral damage. That's still like, that doesn't, it still like sucks and is unfun. Like, again, make him resist fire, make him resist wind, make him resist every element. I don't care. That can be the boss gimmick. He resists elements. Do not make bosses that resist, hey, you swung your sword. It is inherently unfun. It was inherently unfun in Tales of Xillia 2. It's inherently unfun in Tales of Destiny. Stay back. Sir. Sir, please. What is this boss music, by the way? It sounds so weird and disjointed. I wish I had Sonic Thrust. I know the media outlets will mostly vote Xenoblade 3 as Game of the Year, but I know you'll disagree. You're out of your mind. The media outlets are gonna vote maybe God of War Ragnarok, definitely Elden Ring. Media outlets will not be voting Xenoblade 3 as Game of the Year. I guarantee you. Like, maybe 1 or 2, like, media outlets that are like, we love Nintendo games, or, like, trying to be outliers, but you're crazy if you don't think that the 2 games that are fighting for Game of the Year this year are God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring. So that's the competition. I say that as someone whose favorite game of the year right now is Horizon Forbidden West, and is a phenomenal game. But, like, those 2 games, in my eyes, have basically 0 competition. Any other game will be like, yeah, that game was neat, but, like, have you considered that Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok, like, exist? I should have specified JRPG of the year being Xenoblade 3. Yeah, it's a completely different thing. You just said two completely different sentences. That's not like a matter of specification. You just said two completely different things. Like, JRPG of the year and Game of the Year are totally different. Did any other JRPGs come out this year? What other JRPGs even released this year? Xenoblade 3 kind of just wins by default. Just because it doesn't have any actual competition. Star Ocean 6? I know that Star Ocean 6, like, has a fan base. But do people who aren't, like... I don't think people who aren't, like, big fans of Star Ocean talk about Star Ocean. Yeah, Soul Hackers 2 came out this year, but it's like an SMT spinoff. It's not like... I mean, did SMT 5 even get, like, nominated when it came out last year for JRPG of the Year? It lost to, if it did, it lost to Tales of Arise. Hey, this dude got to have health and started doing 1 billion more damage, by the way, which is, you know, classic. I know you don't like Elden Ring. Who said I don't like Elden Ring? I just haven't played it. I'm sure it's a great game. Slyro and RTK love it. Ugh. This boss was fine at first because he wasn't doing a lot of damage. But now he's doing a bajillion damage, and because I can do so little because he resists frigging everything under the sun, this fight has become very annoying. Bosses in this game are just like... It's like the stupid thing in the Tidal Cave and then Tiberius and now this guy. I'm really not vibing with bosses in Destiny 2. They just keep making the bosses like huge HP sponges that resist a lot. And then as they get low on health, they're just like, hey, we do 1 billion damage now, enjoy losing. Valkyrie Elysium came out this year. Doesn't sound like it's going to be a contender for an award, considering the fact that it came out and I don't ever remember anyone ever talking about it. Stupid stun. I'm gonna run out of life bombs. Yeah, look at me, leave them alone. I am your opponent now. Ow. Dude, he is able to attack out of my attack so fast. Like, I'm in the middle of hitting him, and then right as my attack ends, he hits me with like a 4-hit combo that I can't block or dodge. Stop. He also broke my guard. I'm just trying to keep him away from the others so that they can actually damage him, because I am incapable of dealing damage, really, as Stan. Or at least the damage I deal is very minimal. I don't want to have to use an All Divide on this fight, but this is also another case of, like, man, it took me so long to get through this, I don't want to have to, start over and do it again. Oh, cool, you just super armored through my attack and hit me anyway. That was neat. He's also swinging his sword through me to hit the others now. Bosses seem a bit much in this game. They've, like, the main thing is they just have too much HP, I feel like. Like, that's my major complaint. And I think there's, like, 2 ways that they could have fixed that. 1, stop throwing bosses at me that resist so many different things. Like, you don't need your boss to have 6... I think there's actually 9 or 10, like, weak resistance things in the game. There's 6 resistances here. Like, he does have 3 weaknesses. One of them appears to be sound, which I don't think I have anyone that can do sound stuff after Johnny left. He ran through me. But they are, like, too much resistances plus just too much HP in general. It's not like The thing is it's not so bad that it's like it makes the game unplayable, the bosses do. But it is... The bosses are annoying enough that it's like possibly the worst part of the game. Which, I don't know, I feel like the boss fights being the worst part of a video game is one of the worst things to be the worst part. Like, you don't really want to be going through a game and be like, oh, I got to this big climactic moment and it's got an important boss to fight, and then be like, oh, the boss fight is the worst thing I've done in the game so far, you know? You kind of want your boss fights to be enjoyable or stand out, etc., etc. Typically. How did I jump all the way up there? What the heck was that? Whoops. Hey, you. You leave them alone right now. Yeah, attack me. That's fine. Whatever. I don't have many life bottles and I don't want to use elixirs, so just don't kill anyone. Stop. I keep trying to move to the right and go into Dragon Swarm, but because I have to hit right with it keeps using the move that is like, oh, you hit right and hit X like close to the same time. Better use that art instead. Don't die. Do I have any peach gels left? I do. Peach gel me. Peach gel me. Any day now. Thank you. Ow. Please. Just less than 3,000 HP. Come on. Get me out of here. Ow. Oh my goodness. He almost just like killed everyone in one go there. Come over here. Yeah. Come on. Okay, Woodrow. Get up, Rudy. Because she's the healer. I still don't have anyone in this game who can do healing moves, do I? Or, not healing moves, revival moves, do I? I don't think I do. There we go. Just hit stun block him as long as possible. Get the Johnny Juggle going. Your boy needs the Johnny Juggle. Hey, don't kill him. Do not kill him. I only have one life bottle left. Woodrow, heal yourself. There we go. Keep the Johnny Juggle going. Johnny Juggle. He's only got like 1,000 HP. I think we're gonna get away with this. It is once again going to be, I just have to be like full on healing items for every single boss. Every like big boss we've come across has been like, hey dude, use up all of your, yeah, he just hits. That's another thing I really don't like about 2D Tales of Combat, is that characters can get stacked on top of each other, like what happened right there. My dude was attacking one character with like a close-up move, not like a big AoE attack, but just swinging his sword. But because it's a 2D game, all of their hitboxes overlapped, and they all got hit for like 700 damage, which is not fun. Hey, don't take them down. Oh, I got stunned. Cool. Woodrow, did you walk into him being able to hit you right there? What was that, dude? He's so close. Please get up Woodrow so that he can help me kill this fool. He died before they rezzed him. No, they got him at the last second. All right, cool. Boss fights in Tales of Destiny. They sure are something. They really, like, the boss fights in this game really didn't get, like... They're both annoying and kind of boring, because they're just so long and repetitive. They really only got bad from, like, the Tidal Cave onward. I feel like the boss fights before that were fine, because they just weren't so long. But all of the last few bosses we've gone, like, the last 3 bosses that I can remember off the top of my head. We also had that other boss fight with Batista, and I think that one was fun. So the last 4 boss fights, we had the Tidal Cave boss, which was hot garbage. We had Batista rematch, who was fine. Then we had Tiberius, and now we've had Dalis. Dalis and Tiberius, I hope that this is the end of this trend, have way too much HP and way too many resistances. It just makes the fight such a long slog. We were fighting him for like 10 plus minutes. Oh, we also fought the Kraken, but the Kraken was such a pushover that I forgot it was a boss. So, like, some of the boss fights are, like, okay, but there have been too many boss fights, like, close together that are just so long and dragged out and samey that they feel tedious and annoying. I'm also, like, a little lucky that I've been able to win, like, the Tiberius and the Dalis fight first try. If I spent 8 minutes in one of these fights and then, like, got suddenly... Because there was a time there where Dalis almost killed all 4 of us at once because his sword is long enough that with the way hitboxes overlap in 2D Tales of, it hit all 4 of us at once. I think 2 of us died and me and Woodrow lived. If I had lost right there and then had to start that fight over for, like, another 8 to 10 minutes, dude, I would be fed up. Like, that's enough to get me to be like, I don't want to play the game anymore today. You know what I mean? So... I don't know, hopefully the coming bosses, like, straighten out a bit and aren't as, like, spongy, I guess? But somehow I doubt it. Why? Tell me why. Why did you fight us? Mary, you're just as beautiful as you were 2 years ago. You darn fool. Dallas, do you know what Grey Bum's real plan is? I do. Then why? Wait, do we know what Grey Bum's real idea is? Did they explain that, like, back at Tiberius's place and I forgot? But he's like, oh, they did, didn't they? Didn't they say that, like, Grey Bum wants to, like, wipe out Seingold or something? I don't remember, dude. There are a lot of places and Grey Bum has been, like, Grey Bum just keeps being like, hey, I went to a new country and I've become a dictator there somehow. He's done it, like, 3 times. It's all kind of starting to blend together for me. Stan, calm down. Let Mary do the talking. You're right. Sorry. What? This sure looks interesting. I wanted to guide Phantasia into a new era. One where all is ruled by the people, not just one king. Democracy is overrated, dude. That's right. You would always talk so passionately about that. You'd always say that in order for this country to truly progress, the rights of the people must be elevated. That way of thinking is never a mistake. This man is truly ahead of his time. But my past self was far too hasty. I was so preoccupied with implementing this reform that I simply demanded it outright. Of course, that wasn't enough to persuade King Isaac. He also had a lot on his shoulders. The me of 2 years ago just wasn't able to understand that. So in order to try to force his reform, he threatened an uprising. This is all because of my carelessness, Mary. I'm sorry you got caught up in it. Deldridge, my man, thank you for summoning Tier 1 for 25 months. Greatly appreciated, dude. Don't say that. I'm just happy to see you again. Mary, after I lost you, I was captured and imprisoned. Over the following 2 years, I realized something. A military uprising would be futile. When Grey Bum freed me, I thought for sure this time I would surely realize my ideals the right way. But reality is never so simple. Grey Bum's methods are brutal. At this rate, Phantasia will. So that's why you told Mary to get out of the country. But if that's what you felt, why were you still helping Grey Bum? When he freed me, Grey Bum had already been working with my comrades. I don't think this will last long. Eventually, the rebellion will be quelled. When that happens, someone will have to take responsibility. That person will be me. Are you saying you'll take all of the blame so the other rebels won't be punished? You can't do that. Dallas, you have to consider Mary's feelings here. She went through so much to get her memory back, to remember you. Woodrow, what are you doing? I just felt like holding up my sword, don't mind me. Is he gonna... Woodrow, no! Mary, please step aside. Ah! On your feet, Dallas Vincent. I am ready. I will accept my fate. Good. Woodrow, please stop! Woodrow? I don't think Woodrow's actually gonna murk this fool right here. Perspective change. It's not safe for you to stay here. Hurry and escape the castle. What? First, see to your wounds. We'll talk more later. What do you think you're doing? I will walk a different path than my father. We will work together for Phantasia's future. We will fight to the end over what path our country takes. Not with our blades, but with our words. Sword fights are so much cooler, though. The son of Isaac the Wise is even wiser than his father. Well, from your perspective. I admit defeat. I'm not leaving you. I'll never leave you again. Dalis wasn't really working with Grey Bum, was he? It's more likely that his name was used for recruitment. How despicable. Grey Bum, I'll never forgive you. Guys, I have a favor to ask. I want to be with Dalis. Mary, you mean... I'm sorry, but I'm home now. Are they actually gonna take Mary out of the party? That's gonna really suck if true, because I like her support ability. I don't want to be a warrior, I just want to be Dalis's wife. Yeah, go ahead, Mary. Oh, this is lame. That's right, to say no when you're so happy would be downright awful of us. Best of luck, you two. Are you okay with this, Master Leon? She's under arrest after all. I'll be sure to report it like this. She was injured and we had no choice but to abandon her. What a lad Leon is. What a lad. Thank you, everyone. I'm so lucky. Thank you for sparing Dalis's life. I truly appreciate it from the very bottom of my heart. I should be the one thanking you. Because of you, I'm more prepared. Prepared for what? I know now what my responsibility is, and I am ready to shoulder the burdens of a ruler. Therefore, first and foremost, we must bring Grey Bum to justice. You're right. Let's go. You guys, please be safe. I know you can do it.